Let's get ready to Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, we are so back. First up in the chat already, Kamal Kobe. Yes, we are back. Happy Monday. This is the Both Horns broadcast. I am one half of the Both Horns broadcast. Tuna. I'm a little out of sorts. I had a whole paragraph booted up. I had a new intro where I was going to bring in Sheriff Joe Baggs. He's on IR. He was questionable yesterday. He woke up, game time decision. They checked him out. They said, nope, not going to happen. Sheriff Joe Baggs is on IR today, so it's just me. What I was going to say is every helmet has a horn on each side, just like this show does. I am one side, one half of the show, the other half being Sheriff Joe Baggs, who is not here. He's alive. He's okay. But he is resting his body. He was in an incident protecting the freedoms of people in Colorado. And I'm totally making this bigger than it actually is. Sorry, Joe, if you're watching this. But we're here. We don't need Sheriff Joe Baggs. We got a little bit of stuff to talk about. It's one of those Mondays where there's some stuff that came out. There is a little bit of news, but nothing like insanely crazy. We had here, I got a little topic list for you guys. Jourdan Rodrigue, former Rams beat writer, NFL beat writer, looking at the entirety of the NFL landscape, actually had a piece come out just kind of recapping a lot of stuff that she was overhearing at the league meetings. She went ahead and did a small tidbit on the Puka Nacua situation, so we'll kind of look at that. The offseason schedule, I know that came out a few days ago. I do want to look at that. So that way you guys can get planned, figure out where you're going to be, where you need to be, where you need to be paying attention to. What's up, Danny? Welcome. And then we also got Rams pre-draft meetings. This is going to be the bulk of our show, the pre-draft meetings. That stuff keeps coming out. Everybody keeps hyping up, oh, they met with Chris Johnson, a DB from San Diego State. Oh, they met with Kyle Lewis, one of my favorite guys. That means they're going to draft him. And, maybe they like him. We'll take a look at really what that means, pre-draft meetings, at least in the Rams world. And it's Monday, mock draft Monday. And we're doing that because there's no Joe. He's benched. He's on IR. He should be good by Monday. The doctor said it's not career ending. He's going to be good, but we're here. We're vibing. And Daddy G's back again. Man, they let you out. They let you out the pin this early, this often. That's insane. But yeah, let's just jump into it, guys. I don't want to sit here and waste too much time. First, let's hit on Jordan's piece on the Puka Nacua contract. If you're missing, today is Monday. If you're missing the timeline, where do we start? A little bit of context for those of you that need a refresher on the saga that is Puka Nacua. It really started back in, December, right before the Week 16 game. The big show, the big dance with the Seattle Seahawks with the NFC West title on the line. That one came down to he was on, was it Aiden Ross? No, it was Neon stream. I did say he would be back by Monday. He was good to go. He had a new injury pop up. I swear, I got a text earlier today. It's not my fault. But with Puka Nacua randomly shown up on Neon stream. If you guys don't know Neon, Aiden Ross, that whole community, not really the best sort of group that you really want to be around. They're super popular, especially with the kids, but just not really where you want your potential $40 million a year wide receiver hanging out and spending most of his time. They're not really what you'd say the most politically correct group. Not that we are ourselves, but there's a line, definitely. He goes on there. One, you find out he wanted to have them in the facility during a game week, which is just no, the fuck are you doing? Absolutely not. You also have him doing the anti-Semitic, the hand rubbing together gesture where he claimed he didn't know. I believe that. I don't think he actually knew what he was doing. It's not really a trope that a lot of people really know these days, at least his age group. Had apologized for that, and then he goes on and complains about the refs on the stream and then the post-game Twitter. So he kind of started there where it's like, oh, everyone's making fun of, oh, he's going on his speed run to be the next Antonio Brown with his off-field shenanigans. And then that is stacked on top of his already pre-existing stuff that came out with his personal life that we won't get into. That's his personal matter. But then now recently with the legal battle, with the potential civil lawsuit that he's got going on, I believe it's civil, right? It's not criminal. Yeah, civil. And yeah, so now it raises his contract up in question. So in a span of about 5 months, Puka Nacua has really the public perception of him has really changed. Mostly fair, I would say. And I do like how Jourdan Rodrigue talked about it a little bit. Let's just kind of dive into it. I recommend you hop over to her Twitter. You hop over to The Athletic if you have a subscription with her. Give it a full read. Anything from Jourdan, that is going to be one of our like main, hey, that is written in cement, triple sourced, fact checked. We believe it. So her talking about just what she's hearing, people she's talking to, from Jourdan Rodrigue and her a blip from her article talking about Puka Nacua's contract. So, but it's my understanding that their concerns significantly increased, especially about Nacua's well-being as the offseason continued. While Nacua checked into the facility of his own volition, a source with knowledge of his decision said the team is certainly glad he did. So she doesn't run PR for the Rams anymore. And I mean that loosely. Like she never really ran PR. She did a pretty good job of always kind of shooting it straight. And the narrative is that Puka went in there under his own accord, whether that was fully him or it was his agent or people around him convincing him. Usually it's a team effort, whether you're a celebrity or not. From what it looks like, it's not like kind of inpatient deal. It's not like he's sitting there locked away like Daddy G should be. You need to be going to work, sir, not listening to me. No, listen to me, please. Because he's posting, still working out with Cooper Kupp and everybody at their facility. Joe's getting dreadlocks. He's getting his hair done. Congrats, Joe. Now you have to have new hair when you come back. But you know, it's a voluntary facility, whether it's like mental health related, whether it's substance, whatever the details are on the situation. It's like somebody at the facility is glad he's doing it. And I know I'm looking at the PR team there. I know they're very happy he did that. In the background of all of this has been the question of Nacua's upcoming contract extension, especially after the Seattle Seahawks in late March signed star receiver JSN to a 4-year, almost $170 million deal. Both of them entered the final season of the rookie deal, although the Seahawks had already picked up his 5th-year option. That was like really smart dealing by Seattle. You push out, like when you look at go to Spot Track, you look at JSN's contract, you'll see that big contract, this number here, the 186, whatever this ends up being, 40+ mil a year. That shit doesn't happen until 2027. He's got this 5th-year option hitting this year, and then I don't know, 2 years further, right? 2028. We'll take a look at it after. But it's pushed out a lot further. Nacua does not have the 5th-year option because he was not a first-round rookie. So they have to act sooner than the Seahawks had to act on JSN. The Rams made it clear publicly and even more firmly behind the scenes in recent weeks that Nacua will have to correct his off-field behavior to earn the type of contract his league-leading play would typically merit. Now, this is where like it matters if a person has sources, if you trust who they speak to, and are they willing to put stuff on the record? Because this right here, the Rams made it clear publicly, which you can point at any McVay comment even recently where he's, you know, we want to put our arms around Puka. He's one of us. We want him as a Ram long-term, even more firmly behind the scenes in recent weeks. So that is the PR team. That's the crisis management team. That's the coaching staff. That's teammates. That's whoever else is in the building that has Puka's ear and he has to lean on. Hopefully it's Eric Yarber, Devontae Adams in a big way, Matthew Stafford. And then obviously the actual front office, like, you know, no contract spoils or civil suit. Like, yeah, I mean, an unfortunate reality is you do have to think about that. Like, hey, people want to take everything that you have when you are a celebrity like that. Doesn't discredit something actually happened and somebody was harmed, but people tend to go a lot harder in the civil suits when you're about to have a big payday. It's an unfortunate part of the NFL business and any celebrity, any athlete. But Continuing, in the background of all this has also been the question of Nacua's upcoming contract extension, especially after the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, we already did that. Okay, so this is a repeat. But just showing you Puka's upcoming contract. It's pretty crazy the production that they're getting from him, and his hit is like very small comparatively to what other guys are making in a top 10 range for wide receiver contracts, and they're getting like half the value back. Pretty ridiculous. You really, really hope this last part, to earn the type of contract his league leading play would typically merit, because dude is worth every single cent on the field. I believe off the field too. But this is where I really like Jordan's writing, because she can shoot it straight, give you the facts, whether it sucks to hear, like if for the young fans, right? The young fans, we'll step away from this for a second. Like the young fans that look up to him, man. You don't ever like hearing when they're like, if you're in middle school, high school age range, you start hearing your favorite players like in trouble and this and that. It's like kind of like, oh, that sucks if you care about it. And if for those of you watching that are parents and you got kids, it puts you in a spot where it's like, damn, I just bought my kid a Puka jersey. Like, is he going to turn out to be like a bad person? You really hope not. I don't think so. But these are things that, like I said, the public opinion has changed on you. And Jordan writes with that in mind as well, I'm sure. She goes on to write, McVay has publicly referred to Nacua as a kid whose heart he trusts. But Nacua is an adult, a 24-year-old man with an infant. That's something that like gets forgotten a lot by some people when they think about the Puka Nacua stuff. Like he has a kid too, who has the autonomy and resources to seek help and has done so. Next, he'll need to show McVay and other members of the organization who have had their sincere belief in him tested that he can stay out of trouble. And I just add this. Let's not pretend that any Rams player outside of future Hall of Famer Aaron Donald has ever been completely untouchable. 2021, pivoted over to Stafford from Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp recently. And then obviously you heard, to a lot of your guys' frustration, that they at least entertain conversations about Devontae Adams. And the list goes on and on. There's even stuff of like, oh, hey, they almost wanted to draft so-and-so player to replace one of your current favorite players that you guys love so much. And like, this is true. Like this is a multiple things can be true at once. The guy has to like really show like, hey, you are an adult, man. Like the gray area of fucking around and finding out, that's cool. You can go have your fun. You can do it around your teammates, and you can do it around certain individuals that like you have resources for, to make sure you get home okay, or like you're not in these scenarios. Like you're not the first person to be in your shoes. You're not the first superstar to be 24 and have the whole of Los Angeles as your oyster. Like you don't think NBA stars and the like Dodgers players are just staying at home the whole time? Like, no, these guys are out and about. Like you can do it too. You can go out and make all your money in the advertisements, but hey, man, at some point you got to put down the streaming, as I currently stream. Like you got to put down the streaming to that regard. You got to put down the nonsense and figure out like, what do you want to be? Like, who do you want to be? So I did like that. We'll talk about the next part in a second, but I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think, like, I know USA Expat has been pretty vocal about it every stream. Puka changes the draft strategy. Maybe for us on the outside, because we're just finding out this stuff, but mind you, this happened in December. The stream thing happened, end of November, start of December. So these are things that like have been stacking. And if these things are happening, like they're not the first things that have happened. If you catch my drift, if I'm making any sense. Like what else has happened that they've been cautious of, like, okay, well, let's check on his well-being, the stuff with his personal, with the family, with his kid. I know he had that trip back home. Was there anything that happened there? Like they're aware of these things already. So maybe they already have been planning this whole time to like go all in on the defense and then save that early pick to go offense, because they need a plan not just for now, but for, next year. If they lowball Puka and they're like, hey man, we're only comfortable giving you 30 mil, 35 mil. and now he wants to test the market, or maybe they do trade him. Because let's be real, like what would Puka Nacua's trade, haul be? Is it a first and a second? Is it multiple seconds, multiple firsts? That's a lot of production from one of the best wide receivers in the league. But as of right now, I think we're in a good spot. If you're a Rams fan, I do think that him going to get the help unprompted by any sort of I could see him doing that regardless of the court stuff. Um, you know, I think a lot of men change when they have kids, so you really got to look at, does he turn stuff around now? Like maybe he's having a mini mental breakdown because fatherhood and all the stress from being a player. These are all excuses at the end of the day, but all I'm saying is maybe it's a storm he's coming out of, becomes a good person, he's fine, and then we'd laugh about this 10 years from now when they get a Super Bowl at the end of the year and Puka Nacua is like Super Bowl MVP. Those are possibilities. So I'm in the camp where I'm going to hope for the best. There's no criminal charges. He hasn't done anything to harm someone besides the allegations. Hasn't killed anybody, which is good. But, until it affects the team itself, right now it's just off-season crap for us to talk about. Anyways, next, real quick, just the off-season schedule. Nate Atkins posted a few days ago. So coming up soon, happy 420 for multiple reasons. One of them being the off-season program for the Rams starts April 20th. Organized training activities, practices May 26th, 27th, 28th, June 1st and 2nd, June 4th, June 8th through 9th, and June 11th, with mandatory minicamp starting 15th and 16th. We are 17 days away from the draft. A little over 2 weeks until we get to figure out what new players, if any, will don the horns, which are both, because it's two sides. Get it? You guys get it yet? You guys like it? Anyways, let's see. Come on, Kobe says, him not signing a big contract before the season will be a real motivator for him to make sure he stays straight, not worried about years later yet. I would assume so. I would think so. It's a weird situation to be in for sure, because it's a risk for the Rams too, because you don't want to wait too long. It is a negotiation back and forth where, Puka's agent's going to be like, no, that's cool. Like, if you want us to play out the season, like, they'll play hardball and they'll say, okay, then we'll play it out and we'll test free agency and we'll get the money elsewhere. And then that leaves the Rams in a situation where your back is against the wall. Like, you do have a timetable of, like, if you can't get something done by camp before the season starts, before the first quarter of the first season ends, like, you're starting to hit timelines to where Jourdan mentions in her piece as well, the Rams may exercise a franchise tag, which is something they usually don't do a lot. Like, I'm having a hard time remembering the last time a franchise tag was used. If somebody else can remember, that'd be very helpful. But off the top of my head, it's just not something they do regularly. Franchise tag is going to give you like an average of the top 10 or top 5 contracts at your position. Yeah. Danny says Puka's going to ball out in 26. All signs point to yes. As long as that man is there and in horns, I think he's going to ball out. Mudeep says both sides of the horn, meaning the inside and outside. What do you think it means? I hate you sometimes. David says has to be 2003 or so. Yeah, it's been a while. Tremaine Johnson. That would be kind of cool if it was actually Tremaine. I did play against him. I think I told the story on here. Did I tell you guys a story about me playing against Tremaine Johnson? It wasn't fun. It wasn't great. But yeah, Stockton, California, man. You got a lot of good players that come out of there. Tremaine Johnson, Brandon Cooks as well, Doug Martin, RIP to him. Got some good athletes come out of there. Not me. Not a good athlete. We got an answer. It was LaMarcus Joyner. Sweet. Love it. Thank you, Rams House, and welcome. All right. Next topic, Rams pre-draft meetings. So the most recent one, Chris Johnson, Rams met with him. I made a little draft dudes graphic. We do the draft stuff here sometimes. I don't know what it means. I'm going to be honest. I'm at a weird spot where I'm trying really hard not to be a contrarian and just be like, it doesn't mean anything, like, because that's not fun. I don't want to be that guy. But there's so many names already on the list, multiple guys at each position, that we have to take a step back and look at what does it actually mean, the pre-draft meetings. So you don't even know what the hell they mean. That's when they either meet them officially at the pro day, at the combine, scheduling like interview, like it's legitimately job interviews. Sometimes they're structured differently. Sometimes they set different. If you're doing it at the combine, you may only get 30 minutes because that player may have 10 other teams to talk to on that day. If you're scheduling it after the pro day or after combine, do you get an hour or 2 hours? I don't know what the NFL rules are on these visits. But yeah. Oh no. Tuna got better over time. I looked him up on Max Preps. I can explain that too. Yeah, it's called New High School with no seniors. That was a lot of fun. Come on, Kobe. Did you get credentials to be media at any preseason camp training? Yeah, I did. Last year I was at training camp. I think I made all but like 2 or 3 days. I had work. And then planning, unless for some reason the PR team hates me since then, if they didn't like my coverage this past season, hoping and planning to put in the application again and to be there this training camp as well. Steve McNair's brand new. No, it was Ronald E. McNair High School, named after the astronaut. But anyways, so I don't want to be a contrarian about the pre-draft meetings, but I do want to look at like, what do they actually mean? I posted something earlier because the Chris Johnson news of like, oh man, Rams like this guy. So just some of the players from last season pre-draft who the Rams had met with. I'm sure the list goes on and on endlessly, but that's kind of the point. Just to name a few on here. I'm not sure if any of these names pop out to you guys that like you remember hearing about. For me, I was excited about the Matthew Golden one. That was my final consensus pick. I was for sure that the Rams were going to walk out of day one with Matthew Golden. It just made a lot of sense to me. If Matthew Golden was in this draft, I'd be sitting there same thing, like trade up to get him. Please get Matthew Golden. Similar to what I'm doing now with the receivers. Cam Scattaboo, Sac State legend. Love that guy. Let's see. Colston Loveland. I saw a lot of the Tyler Warren. This is when, obviously they went with Terrence Ferguson. But the whole point is like sometimes they go through these to check guys off their list. Like sometimes they have their draft board. What if they're tied, like the tight ends, right? Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Terrence Ferguson. What if they have an equal grade for all three guys or somewhat similar? And they meet them and they're like, actually, you know what? Those red flags that I thought, they kind of showed, maybe we don't like them that much. Okay, cool. Cross them off the list. Sometimes a meeting does that for them. Sometimes a meeting is doing their job, crossing their T's, dotting their I's to put them lower on the list. Meeting doesn't necessarily mean like, hey, we want him. Kyle McCord's on there. Calvin Banks, Jackson Slater, another Sac State legend. Look at my alumni catching up. Dixon. Oh, no, not the Niners. Not the Niners PFP. Golden is a bust. Shows how much you know. I have a hard time giving a guy a bust after 1 year, especially in Green Bay. I cannot stand how they develop and implement their wide receivers. I just think there's so much talent there between Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, now Golden, and you got a franchise guy in, I can't think of his name now, Jordan Love, who's supposed to be the third greatest quarterback in Packers history because they seem to just always hit on quarterbacks, and they can't figure out how to get these guys consistent. I think if Golden is somewhere else, if he's obviously in LA, if he's in like a Shanahan system, I think they play way, way better. You probably think Marvin Harrison Jr. is good too. I mean, looked like a fucking phenom coming out of college. I wonder what happened in Arizona because he went through that dry spell, I think last year, where he finally caught a touchdown and everybody was treating him like a Make-A-Wish kid. Everybody was super excited. It was like, oh man, he's back. So at some point, like something happened. Like, was there an injury? Like, is there something mental? Like, is that just a byproduct of playing with Kyler Murray? Because being a fan of an NFC West team, like I don't think any of us really have the nicest things to say about the Cardinals franchise. Marvin Harrison Jr., I am rooting for him. I don't really have strong feelings, but as a Peyton Manning fan that watched Marvin Harrison growing up, I hope his son turns out good. But anyways, he said he's soft. He's soft. He might be. I don't know. But anyways, so the most recent one, the Rams met with Chris Johnson. So I think it would actually fit though. There's some of these that you can take stuff away in regards to positionally. Like, okay, they've met with a lot of DBs. I think I saw, was it Jackson Durham from Chat Sports, covers the Rams, highlighted that there's a lot of DBs, a lot of linebackers and wide receivers that the Rams have seemed to focus their pre-draft meetings on, which is a good sign if you're a fan. Like, if there's validity to it, awesome. Like, those are the positions I think fans are really hoping to see someone that they like get called to wear Rams uniform on draft day. So Mudusa taught us high school, Eleanor Roosevelt. Well, now we're just gonna start doxing you, bro. We're gonna figure out where you're at. Did you cook? Did you teach him? Are you that old? Did you teach Chris Johnson? Maybe you got some insider info on him. Chris Johnson, we could look back in a few years and Chris Johnson might end up being the best DB that comes out of this draft. Super talented. Love everything this guy does. You put on the film and there's a lot of amazing things he does. The only question really, and we'll get to that part, but if you don't know anything about him, you just type in Chris Johnson, San Diego State, not Tennessee Titans. Don't do that. But ran a 4.4 40 at the combine, 38-inch vertical. So the measurables are all there. So it makes a lot of analysts feel better that, hey, what we see on tape matches up with the rest of the DB group. Athletically, he's like 98th percentile or something. Some of the real quick blips I saw from NFL Draft Buzz on his scouting combine or a scouting report, quick processing, even in press. He's more of a zone cover guy. I never really understand how you differentiate like if a guy can do it or not, because it's really dependent on a system. At least I would think. Prototypical NFL CB in every way, tackles really well. He can press, he can play off. He's really instinctual. And like from all reports, he's kind of a film junkie where he's, it shows on film how instinctual he is reading the quarterback and being able to jump routes with like knowing, hey, I made the right decision. And it's always very consistent. The only questions on him are his weight, which is actually a question on my end because it says 194. Guys are going to gain weight when they get the NFL and they get to a better training program, especially when you play at a smaller school in a smaller division like the Mountain West. So like by this season, he'll probably be like 200 pounds. Like who cares? He's playing that well and he's only quote unquote 194 pounds, whatever. And then the other question is the Mountain West competition. It's always, we do the same thing every single year where a guy is elite, completely dominates his competition, but like, oh, but the competition. It's like, yeah, if a guy is supposed to be that good, don't you think he'll look just flat out head and shoulders better than everybody else in that conference? Well, Chris Johnson is an example of that. I think even for all the hype he's getting, I think he's slated to be like one of the first few picks in the second round, if not one of the last ones of the first round, depending on, somebody moves up or like Seattle, obviously last pick. I think a lot of their fans think they're going to go DB from what I'm seeing on Twitter. And so, hey, Chris Johnson might end up in the NFC West playing against the Rams. So that could be another reason why they meet with these guys. Like they may know like, hey, we might be playing against this guy. You're going to be in the area anyways. Like just go have your meeting with him. Go check him out. Go watch film with him. Get some notes. Like that's a real thing, especially like quarterbacks too. They'll go and meet with guys and like you're going to keep your notes and little nuggets to help you when you're preparing against these guys in the future down the road, especially in the first few years. But yeah, Chris Johnson, by all intents and purposes, I'd be very excited if the Rams actually were interested in him and picked him up in the draft. It would require some maneuvering for sure. I think not that he's not worth the first round pick, but when you're sitting at 13, it just becomes a currency. You just get guys where you can to help your team, and that would look like a trade back, recoup some picks, and then help you get some other guys in like third, fourth, fifth round as well, on top of getting him. And yeah, no, I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, I didn't want to be a contrarian with this stuff, but you just really got to think like it. What does it mean? Like just because they met with him doesn't mean like, all right, cool, draft's done, guys. Like I know who the Rams are taking because they've met like 100 guys by now. So, anyways, I got some comments in here that I have skipped over. Danny says, Loki, hope the Rams move down for love. Dude, actually, it would be cool. That's all I got to say about that. I think Jeremiah Love is legit. Like, he's so fun to watch. Like, 2 seasons ago, what was it? Playoff game against Indiana, him down the left sideline for 90 plus yards. Right there, I think it was sold already. Like, he's going to be a first rounder in the next year. I think if he's within a few spots, like when you're in the top 15, trying to move more than 3, maybe 4 spots, it just takes such a haul that I don't know if the Rams are willing to do that for a running back. I'd say it's not important, but when you already paid one, got a crowded room-ish, it's not as clean of a decision for them to make. But I think again, then maybe. But anything besides that, I think it's just way too much. We're just go 20. Yeah. So you're just doxing yourself, bro. You got nothing to do with me. Got to give Chris Johnson a small school nerf. Exactly. Expat asks, Tom McShay thinks a lot of edge and OT's taken in the first 13 players. Yeah, I mean, it's a safe bet. I wonder how much these guys do this stuff and want to like protect their credibility to some degree, because it's safe to say like, yeah, like draft in the trenches, because it's easier for me to. It's always sounds safer if I sit here and say like, oh yeah, Ravens are going to take a guard. Dolphins need to draft a tackle because they're rebuilding everything, rather than me saying go get Jordan Tyson with his hamstring. It's just it. I think it's getting called out more this season because it's not apparently a top heavy draft. Like there isn't 2 or 3 guys where you're like, yep, that's the guy. There's no Andrew Luck in this draft. There's no like Cam Newton where you're like superstar. The superstar in this draft is Fernando Mendoza, and he's such a weird star. Like he's Kirk Cousins in a bigger body. He's Kirk Cousins in Andrew Luck's body, what it seems like. So I think a lot of people are calling this draft weak, but I think it's very, very deep in a lot of spots, like wide receiver. So even if it's not like one clear-cut guy, there's so many. Like every draft has amazing players. You just got to go find them. Loving going to be there 13. Okay, move down. Keontae Scott is a dog. I do agree. And I have a segment at the end of the show where we're going to look at guys like him, because I did a mock draft today. And we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Ram Sasso is very random. Do you remember the crazy Chris Garrett hype in preseason? Definitely a victim of thinking he'd be a superstar in the league. What year was that? I don't remember what year that was. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. God, and it looks so weird in the Rams jersey too. His side by side with his Rams jersey and his Seahawks jersey. Let's see. Where did he end up afterwards? Jesus. What was it about? Like I don't recall him specifically because he didn't make the roster. Like what was it about him that you were like so sold on? That's crazy. All I had to do was just make the roster and need a Super Bowl ring. Dude. That's crazy. That's tough. Yeah, Chris Garrett, man. Where did he end up? Hey, he's on the Orlando Storm. Let's go. That's awesome. Did his time in he was on the Battlehawks last. That's why I remember a little bit more recently. I forgot he was a Ram. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I had to go Google. I totally forgot about that. Good callback. Yeah, there's always guys in this draft that's like they're so sold on being legit. One of them, the Niners fan who's do we have a small F right there? Did it cut out for you guys, or is it just on my end? Let me know. Anyways, so because we're detouring slightly without Sheriff Joe Baggs here, We were going to have the PFP beauty contest is what we're calling it. We're postponing it again till Wednesday, just because I need Joe here. Like this is not as fun without Sheriff Joe Baggs. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting little Fs. Something with the connection probably, but we're doing it Wednesday. So if you're watching right now in your recovery chair, your legs up, just in pain, you can't miss Wednesday. Even if you have to sit there and do sign language, you have to be here. But anyways, it's Monday, mock draft Monday. Ray, you're holding it down. No worries, brother. I'm not going to lie. I hate doing this solo. This is so. I watch streamers, man. I'm just like, I don't understand how they do this for so long, like 8 hours a day. That's insane. Getting blue balled. Yeah. Oh no. What is it? What's your profile picture, bro? I don't want to spoil it, but no. All right. Mock draft Monday. Changing it up a little bit. If you guys didn't see it earlier, I did put out a mock draft, trying to do one every week for you guys. And I'm not just doing them just randomly of like, I like this guy. This guy looks good. And this guy's cool. This guy's got a nice name. There's a kind of a rhyme and reason for each one. More of like setting up a scenario, because every one of you watching this right now has the ideal draft plan in your mind. Hell, Les Snead has the perfect plan in his mind. But then draft day comes, and like you saw the pre-draft meeting list, maybe they absolutely did love Cam Scattaboo and they wanted to get him, and then boom, the Giants just go the pick before him and take him. Shit like that happens. So far with this one, I have gotten less negativity in the comments from this one as I have from past ones. So that's fun. Nice draft. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. So I mean, we just burn through this really quickly. Kind of give you my reasoning on if something like this happens, do we like it? Are we happy? Like, what do we critique? And then if we got enough time, if you guys are into it, maybe we hop on stick to the model and we just do a quick draft together. Don't tell the wives, don't tell your partners, don't tell Joe, but maybe we do a draft together. Think about it. All right. First pick, I went Jamad McCoy. It's obviously everyone wants a receiver. There's, I think, about 3 or 4 receivers that I ideally think would really fit with the Rams in the first 2 rounds. I opted for Skylar Bell. It just came down to best player available. In this draft, I wanted Mansour Delane. Like, I wanted to go DB based on the comments Les Snead made last week about kind of joking about like, why would we go receiver? Like, you see the offseason, we've been hitting the defense. Well, what if he's not lying? Like, what if they're true? What if they really just want more defense? Like, what if they're just sick of what happened last year and they're like, all right, cool, let's just make it the best defense in the league. And to answer your question, Kamal, yes, he did do his pro day. What did he run? Let's see. Jamad McCoy. Again, I think these are hand times, so you got to be a little bit skeptical, just because his own coaches, obviously everyone's going to hype him up. But unofficial time, 4.38, 38-inch vert, 10.7 broad jump. By all athletic purposes, for running it in a straight line and being able to go out there and look yourself, Jamad McCoy looks like he's back. He's one of the guys where I'm kind of okay ignoring the ACL injury. That was over a year ago. It was January of last year, 2025. We talked about it on Friday when we did our draft special, looking at the DBs and wide receivers. I don't have a problem with it. Do I think he actually lasts to 17? It's up in the air. I think if he played this last season, and he had it like the same season he had in 2024, he's up there with Mansour Delane, where we're having a debate on which guy is really CB1. And I wrote about it. I said, we may look back in a few years, and by talent, McCoy might be the best corner to come out of the first round. If the Rams can get him at 17, because other teams maybe don't. They're worried about the injury. And to get there would require a trade back. In this situation, Delane wasn't there. Traded back with the Lions, got a 3rd rounder and a future, fourth rounder and a second rounder for next year. And the Lions moved up to get 13. I think they drafted a tackle or something like that. Boom. Second pick, 61, Skylar Bell. If you guys don't know too much about him, I think we covered him a little bit. Kind of a do-it-all guy. I didn't like the comp somebody gave him. They said like Jamar Chase light. I forgot which. I don't know if it was a underdog fantasy. Yeah, it's a little too egregious. Jamar Chase is pretty fucking phenomenal. Like that's a top 5 guy in the league. I'm not gonna call a second round wide receiver Jamar Chase. Otherwise, he would rightfully be in the first round. He's got his limitations. That's going to come with playing at a school like UConn, because UConn is not like one of the powerful schools. So that means development might be a little bit different. Coaching might be, I don't want to say subpar, but not the same coaching maybe at Ohio State, because that's like wide receiver U at this point. But for everything you watch Skylar Bell do, you can line him up X, slot, Z, and he can do everything. Like there's nothing he does that you're like, oh man, he cannot do this. And for a guy that's back end of round 2, I think that's an absolute steal, especially for an offense like the Rams, where any receiver drafted first or second round is wide receiver 3. Don't forget that. We're talking wide receiver 3. We don't need a guy to come in and he doesn't have to be perfect. He doesn't have to have everything down. He doesn't have to be Puka. He doesn't have to be Devontae. He just has to be himself and be able to contribute early at wide receiver 3, which is really nice. And then essence of Chase. It's just a hint. Just a crumb. What was that from? What movie is that with Chris Rock? Where he goes, it's old, from the 90s. He goes into the restaurant and he's like, how much for a rib? He just wants to buy one rib. And he's like, man, a soda, man. Let me get a sip. Can I get a sip of the bubbles? I forgot what movie that is. But Skylar Bell, a lot of fun. And this is where some of you I may lose some of you guys. You may like it, you may not. Traded up from, I think, pick 91 or 93, whatever the Rams third rounder is. 93, sorry, it's right there. Moved up to get Kyle Lewis, the linebacker from Pitt. That would require, at least in this scenario, moving up from 93. And then that second round pick that we just got from the Lions, just didn't even put it in the pocket. Just shifted it from the table to their side of the table, said, here you go. So the way I look at it, in the process of trading back in the first round, you got a trade asset in the second round to move up if you wanted this year, which you did to get Kyle Lewis. And in the process, you actually got a 4th rounder this year as well, which I turned into Judy Bowery, tackle out of Boston College. Like this tape, like a lot of the things that his positives and negatives, they fit for what you want from a potential swing tackle. He played mostly left tackle. He played some right as well. And he's just mean as hell, man. I think it was, now I might be getting confused off the top of my head, but between Bowery and then Faemo, I still don't know how to say his name, and I should Wikipedia it. Between those two, one of them at Mobile was just like bodying guys, just throwing them in the dirt on their one-on-ones. And so, like, for Bowery, like, he needs a little bit more development, but he can give you solid reps as an NFL in spot starts if needed. He's a little bit more solid and consistent. Pretty cool. I think that's a great 4th round pick for the Rams. And then jump into the 6th and 7th round. Famo, he's definitely, like, he's got all the tools and he can do it, but needs more development in an NFL system. He's a right tackle, so put a development guy behind another development guy. And for anybody that is, so I think somebody reached out to me and asked, like, why wouldn't the Rams go earlier on tackle in the first 3 rounds? I have a hard time taking or imagining the Rams taking a player in the first 3 rounds that are not positions to contribute week 1. Doesn't mean they have to start, but contribute, like rotate in at edge, wide receiver 3 or 4, start on special teams. Like, that's starting on special teams is contributing because they're not out there a third of the game. A coverage linebacker. Like, I don't even need you to beat out Omar Spates right away, but I need you to be better than him in certain packages. So let me finish it out, and I'll kind of re-explain the dynamic with that one. Pick 232, Michael Heldman. I kind of came across his name a little bit more recently when I started diving into edges on day 3. he's got the tools, he got the size. He's like big like Jared Versus. He can do speed, he can do a little bit of power, like mostly power. But his knocks is the competition. Like you turn on his tape and he's like beating up San Jose State, which sorry for my NorCal fans, but like, yeah, it's gonna raise some questions. But his motor is there, like he's constantly just running, never stopping, always trying to get around the edge, always hitting somebody. And he plays a little bit high, so he needs to play a little bit lower because he'll get kind of knocked off balance a little bit. So tools are there, but need some tuning up, which is why he's in the 7th round. The one I didn't like the most, honestly, was Adam Randall. I would love a world where Sean McVay would use a running back that doesn't just look like Kyron Williams in another dude's uniform. Like, no shot at Kyron. And I already know the Kyron truthers are going to come after me. But I think Kyron is phenomenal in like 8 or 9 areas out of 10. Those other ones are just like the closing speed. Like we all know he's not leaving guys in the dust. And then receiving, like he's a more compact target, so they don't really run a lot of the checkdowns to the same degree as other teams do, or running back screens. Adam Randall was a lot bigger. He's like 6'2", over 200 pounds, more of a receiving back. He's a converted wide receiver. Really cool weapon. You can use him a lot of interesting ways. It would work in the McVay system, but I really don't see it happening, unfortunately. After I picked it, I immediately regretted it. I should have picked like Jordan Hudson or somebody. And then last one, Jalen Husky, one of my favorite guys. I'm very biased. I'm aware of my blind spots. Husky's one of them. Some people don't even have a draftable grade on him because he played at Maryland. I don't understand. The guy can hit like a fucking Mack truck. His instincts flash more consistently than people give him credit for. I like how he plays safety, and I think he'd be a really cool piece. Like he does a lot of similar things to Cam Kinchins. So I think adding a depth piece behind him to play in that similar role would benefit the team. No defense game plans to stop Kyron first. Exactly. It's like he's very damn good. Like Kyron Williams belongs in the hall of pretty good. If he stacks together like 8 more, like not even 8. If he goes like 4 or 5 more seasons straight with 1,000 yards and like almost 10 touchdowns each, like we're going to have conversations about him being like one of the all-time greats. Cause like you don't get to stack that many great years and not get your due. Like at this point with his new contract, with the consistent as he has been for the last 3 to 4 years, he's a really damn good running back. Like you don't accidentally fall into these stats. And then the one area that was bad was Mike Evans of running backs. That's pretty good. Hey, Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer, man. Was it 10 straight seasons of 1,000 yards? But the one problem that he had was he fumbled a little bit too much, and it wasn't even like egregious, if I recall correctly, but it was more than you want from a starter for sure. And he fixed it, and he fumbled twice this year, one of them being Stafford's fault. I think it was an exchange issue. And the other one being getting punched in the grill at the goal line, week 5, Niners, right? Was that week 5 or week 3? Week 3 was Philly, yeah, and then week 5 was San Francisco. So I don't, yeah, the first 3 rounds, there's good tackles there, but the Rams have been so clearly good at developing like linemen. I don't think it's necessary to take a tackle in the first 3 rounds. Even if you're very concerned and don't believe in Warren McClendon for whatever reason, if you don't believe in the 13-game sample size, if you think you want to see more, that's fair. But I think you got to give him some credit that he stayed ready and developed. He was very raw as a 5th rounder, was not ready in the moment, obviously developing behind Big Rob. And now you can turn around and do the same thing in the later rounds. You can trust Warren. If Warren gets it done, obviously we're going to think positive here. Let's say he's he's solid, where you don't have to worry about it. Doesn't even got to be the best ever. Just, hey, man, I don't want to think about you every Sunday. I don't want to be like, oh, there's Warren. I don't want to say that at all. And if that's the case, you can take your time and draft somebody in the 6th and plan to not need him outside of 1 or 2 games. And if that's the case, then you can prep a rookie up from the 5th round on to work in your system, hide him a little bit, game plan around that. Judy Byrie is, I think, 3rd is they really got to love someone. 4th round, I think, is where it starts, where I think the Rams will end up taking somebody on the line. But the first 3 rounds, I just really think, from what I've seen, at least in past years, and we could take a look at it real quick, it just seems like they go with guys that they want to contribute early on. Later rounds can too. Like if you show up like Puka Nacua, like McVay said that, like, hey, we had no intentions when we drafted him that we were going to be game planning for him and around him, but he was just so good that we couldn't keep him off the field. Like somebody does that every year on a team, like absolutely. But who is that this year? I wonder. Got like a past years real quick. If let's see, Rams. Yeah, because we know last year's draft, obviously, Terrence Ferguson. We kind of went through this already, but just again, real quick. First round, obviously, you want somebody to start. In the best case scenario, Jared Verse. Braden Fisk came in, contributed right away early on. Blake Corum, they drafted him. It was like, okay, he's a backup. He's a early contributor, right? Cam Kinchins. I can't remember if he started right away, but he was on the field significantly that season. So 2 years ago, first 3 rounds, all main contributors. And then past that are guys that like you'll start seeing here and there, but not in a regular rotation. And then you get some outliers, Bo Limmer, Jordan Whittington, right? Those are pluses if you can get early contributions from guys on day 3. Even go back to 2023. And then it's like not fair to say like, oh, this is how the Rams do things, because they let it come to them. The highest one, no T in past years that high. Then what about taking LB? I think the highest one in recent memory has been Steve Avila, which we're about to look at. Yeah, we did this on Friday. Remember? Round 2, Steve Avila, like started right away. Round 3, Byron Young. Hey, we need you to start right away because this is post 22. This is year from hell. Let's figure this out. Hey, is that my Josh? Is that Joshio's tweets here in the chat? Guys, if you don't follow Joshio's tweets on Twitter, phenomenal source for information. The guy is aggregating so much information from his own. Like, it's incredible. Joshio's a good friend. Kobe Turner. I mean, Kobe Turner. I don't know. I can't say anything else about that. And then past that, Stetson Bennett, the captain, McClendon. There's your starting right tackle. Davis Allen, Puka. The 23 draft is ridiculous. Yeah, no. For the Rams, they don't take guys at tackle high, man. I wonder why. I wonder if they're just more on they're more into just developing and like getting vets like Big Wit. Round 3, Logan Bruss, Kobe Durant, Kyron Williams, 5th round, Quentin Legg, Darren Kendrick. So, and I'll even do you one more, and then we'll do a mock draft. Boom, 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 boom. Super Bowl year. You guys' favorite. Tutu Atwell. Ernest Jones played a decent amount. Super Bowl champion. 2-time Super Bowl champion. I hate it so much. Bobby Brown ended up rotating in a bunch. Robert Rochelle, Jacob Harris. Yeah. God, where did they even get their linemen from? Just trades. Yeah. It's one of those areas. Maybe it's kind of like quarterback where they just don't want to deal with a rookie. I don't know. NEOT pass pick number 5 is a gamble. Like, you mean overall? Like 5th overall in this draft? What do you mean? We have our own Stoutland heading away. No OT in past years that high. Yeah. It's interesting. That's all. Obviously, you guys all see it. I think a majority of Rams fans see it. I think that's why everybody gets so pissed off when you see NFL.com or you see any like the ESPN analysts Hey, Rams taking Spencer Fano at pick 13. And it's like, when in the last fucking 10 years have the Rams taken that? Or, yeah, I don't understand. Trade for agency, why we picks when a team's drafting. I like the way you think, Kamal. I like the way you think. All right. So, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think? Are we in a mood? Do we call it here and just wait for Sheriff Joe Wednesday? Do we want to do a quick Rams mock draft real quick with input from you guys? And I'm just controlling the mouse. I'm not picking. It's just majority rules here. What do you guys want to do? Do we call it here? Or we spend 10 minutes doing a quick mock draft? Mudeep says quickie. Talking about a mock draft, sir. There's women and children present. Quickie? That's 2 for quickie. If I get one more, we'll do it. If I hear one more, say yay. We'll run it. You guys let me know. I'll boot it up. I'm not sold yet, but I might have it up on screen already. So US expat coming through. All right, we're using stick to the model. Shout out to that guy. What's his name? I'll find it and I'll pop it up on there. Even Chris, and we got Chris in here. Hey man, World Tour Rams, check them out if you have not hung out with them. Come to a tailgate. Come drink their fine wines and eat their rare meats. Very, very cool. I do like this site. This is the one that we looked at before. And I'll leave Brad's up here. What's up, Brad? I don't think I've ever interacted with you myself. I know you're a Sheriff Joe Bags fan, but hello. Hopefully you don't report back to Sheriff Joe Bags that I was naughty. Now, this is the one you could be a GM. You can play with the free agency. You can manipulate the cap, re-sign, extend players. Very cool. I don't get to use their draft model too much, so let's just get into it. 7-round pick, 7-round draft. First and foremost, I'll stop it right there. Are we trading up? Are we staying at 13 or are we moving back? What's the philosophy here? What are we doing? And the way we'll do this, because it seems like we got probably like a half dozen people commenting consistently. Whatever the first option is that I get like 3 of, I'll count that as majority. Check back at 7. We got move back. We got to check back at 7. I think that's fair. Okay, we'll do that real quick. We'll do that. And then how do I slow it down, actually? All right, Francis, I can never say his name. We get a stick and pick. Okay. Spencer Fano's gone. All right. There's Jeremiah Love. So he's gone. No Jeremiah Love. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 6 picks away. I feel like that's a lot. I don't see Maui Oga. Thank you. Are you a teacher or something? All right. Let's pick a team. Which one of these 4 teams do we think is willing to trade up? We'll just see. We'll see what it takes. We're a GM. We're Les Snead. We're in the room. All right. We're about a few picks away. We got to pick up the phone. We got to call one of these guys to see what the offer is to move up. I don't think KC's happening. Do we think New Orleans is a little bit too far? I think so. So between Cincinnati, Miami, and Dallas, who do you think is most likely to let us enter their home? I'm going to move up one more. There's Sonny Styles. Mudeeb says trade back. Yeah, and into Cincy, Miami would move. I can see that. 2. We got 2 from Miami right off the back. All right, let's call Miami. Let's see. Let's do a trade. Miami. Dallas might be worried we steal their pick. I don't even want to pretend to get in the mind of Jerry Jones. All right, Miami. And now the way they do it, I know there's a model out there that allegedly some NFL GMs will at least reference and like the value for each one. I think they use something similar here. So we'll just stick it to that. We'll keep it easy. To move up 2 spots in the draft, Gotta give something up. I don't want to give up. I mean, you might have to give up a first next year. At the very least, it's going to be a second for next year to make it even. How does that feel? Are you guys willing to part with either a second or first next year to move up? And if you do, like, who are you even try to next year? It could possibly happen because I got a little green bar right here. They could do it. Now, for who though? Let's see. Needs. No moving up. Don't go up first. Try 2 next year. Not first. Okay. So if we're going to try to give up a second. I think that's a consensus here. Don't give up the first. Dang, you guys are not embracing the F them picks. I'm so disappointed in y'all. So Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, Mansour Delane, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon. I don't think these. I think that it stops at Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, and Mansour Delane out of those three. Which one of those three do you guys want to trade up for? Again, that's if they're there. So we're going to go like this. I'll move up one more. 5. Wow. Apparently the Browns traded up to take Mekhi Lemon. Jesus. All right, and then we're going to hit one more because we need to know if it's even worth trading up. Ruben Bain. So you say no to Bain. Bain would have made the line insane, but this is kind of how it goes. Like you get somewhat close to it. Do you guys still want to trade? It would be for Caleb Downs or Mansour Delane. That's what it would be for. Is that worth it to you guys? A first and a second for next year. So it would be, where's the trade? So boom, we have them where we want them. Taking their pick, give them 13 and a second. We get 1 from Mansour. Muad'Dib says not worth it. I know he wants to trade back. So whatever we get to 3 first, then we'll roll with that one. We can possibly make a trade happen, but I need to know, is it worth it for Mansour Delane or Caleb Downs? What do you guys think? Got 2 for no. And Brad, I would love Mansour, but yeah, that's for a guy who would be corner 3. Regardless of how good he is, he's phenomenal. Or trade back. I see Brad. I see Brad flip-flopping a little bit. I like it. Let the draft come to you. Okay. Stick and take offers. All right. No trade. Hey, good team effort. We worked through that. Better than me and my girlfriend building an IKEA dresser. Real teamwork. Teamwork there. All right. Burn through. Tyson and Downs. Look at that. You still maybe get Mansour Delane. Look at that. Good work, guys. All right. I have a hard time not taking Delane here. I know he says offers. The offers on the table that are given to us. Damn. Buffalo wants to give you 26, 91, and 126. Dallas wants to give you 20 or 92, or 20 and 92. Damn, Dallas greedy. Back to back. Sheesh. They probably want Mansour. And then the Giants want to give you 35 and 37. That's, not terrible. You say trade back? You don't want Mansour? Yeah, 1 for trade back. Look at him. Look at that face. You don't want that face on your team? Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. You're lucky. You don't want that face, Muad'Dib? Look at that. Well, as of right now, I think the trade back offers are kind of or a little I think I zoomed out too much for you guys. Okay. Yeah, if they were giving first next year, yeah, take the lane. Looks like you got the best Shapiro eyebrows or trade back. Yeah, see, this is where you start getting in trouble. You got a lot of things going on. See, the problem is, let's see. I don't like any of these, man. Maybe we can create a trade. You want to see? Let's see if Tampa. We're gonna move back though. Let's go to like 18. Let's see if they give us. I don't think anybody wants to give it up. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, it would have to be so anybody that's going to trade up a few spots, the 13, it's going to be a combination of like a first, maybe a second, and like or maybe a third and something else for next year. But this model is like not liking it because they haven't offered it. Yeah, just this one doesn't really have it. Yeah, making a call. You guys got to pick Mansour Delane or Kenyon Sadiq. I think I already know what the answer is. If any of you says Sadiq, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, you want McCoy? Yeah. I got so many. All right. We got one from Mansour, one from McCoy. Jeez. All right. We're going to go in order this way. X-Pac gets the first one. Next pick, I'm giving it to you, Kamal. I need someone just to make a decision here. So we're going, screw it. We're going McCoy. What a weird draft. Brad Nixon looks like he did right after. So he went 22nd. The problem with these, with the trade offers, they're random every time you open up one of these. Now trade up. Ooh. Okay. Who you want to trade up for? That's what it comes down to. It's not just doing it. Like you got to know who we want. If we look at my short list here, some of the hot names coming up. Let me just keep it open. Actually, I think I got everybody listed. And Tuna's fine. Like Hyatt. Okay. I know some people really like Golday. I wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah, we could trade up for Golday. Muad'Dib. I think that's a good move. Let's see. Who needs picks? Let's trade up. We're going to go check out Carolina. Damn, we got a lot of picks, actually. Maybe they want a 7th. Wide receiver. Muad'Dib. I need you and Kamal, because I told Kamal he would get the next pick. I need you and Kamal to come up with a consensus. US expat. I hear you. Remember, it's still third round. And you had first round. I gotta teach you how to take turns. Sharing is caring. Kamal got it. All right, Kamal, you're up, man. Who we taking the second round? Let's just trade out with the Lions. Screw it. We'll just do it right there. Give us 11 spots. And we'll give them defensive tackle and inside linebackers left. Good question. Let's see. Got D-line, linebacker. Jake Galday, Jacob Rodriguez, Josiah Trotter, Kyle Lewis, LT Overton, Dominique Big Citrus, Orange, Daryl Jackson Jr., Grayson Halton, Deontay Lawson, Rayshawn Benny. That's what we got right there. I don't know if I can zoom that in a little bit for you. Oh, that did not work. Yikes. My bad. Or if you say don't trade, I mean we can let it ride. linebacker. Yeah. If you're going to trade up, I like both those guys. I like Galde. I like Rodriguez. The Swiss Army knife is Galde, which I was like, I could see that. That'd be cool. And they did meet with him as well. Kind of want to see. I'm going to move up 2 spots, though. Maybe it'll narrow it down for you. Here we go. All right. So we'd be dealing with Green Bay. As much as I love Green Bay. We give him 61. What do you think? A third next year? Give him the third next year? Seems fair. 10 spots, 9 spots. We won't really do a fourth. But still possible. Trotter Galde, Lewis goes. We can move up and grab one. Okay, so let one of them go and then trade up. Okay, I'm cool with that. Gabe Jackus, Keontae Scott. Oh, where was his name? I know. Was it Rob who was in here talking about Keontae Scott? He could be a really good slot play for the Rams too. More. There's Galde. I mean, it's 2 spots. I don't think it's worth moving up. Let's see. Jacob. There you go. And so you kind of left. You get Josiah Trotter, which I know they've met with and like him as well. And you didn't even have any Trotter, Galde, or Lewis. So you get your pick. Europe, come on. Who you want? You got both of them. You got Josiah Trotter and Kyle Lewis. I don't believe in reaches because if it's your guy, is your guy. Like a guy who's worth whatever you decide he's worth. Unless you're Jamarcus Russell. Trotter, go Tigers. Congratulations, everybody. You got Josiah Trotter on your team. And I think for the rest of this, just for time purposes, we're going to let it ride. We'll just stick with the picks as is. Because I know, especially when these later rounds, dude, these trades get ridiculous. Like any trade can happen. Even the most, like for like 1 or 2 spots. I don't want to sit here all night. I know you don't want to sit here all night. Unless you do. I'm going to tell your wives. All right, pick 93. This is going to go to Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib, help me out here, Doug. What we got? Trade offers, if you want it. You can move back 10 spots and pick up 140 in the process. It's actually not terrible. You move back 13 spots and pick up 155. If you're going to do it, I'm kind of intrigued by that, actually. I'm not going to lie. Muad'Dib, if you're not here, I'm rolling without you. Let's see. Wait, did Kyle Lewis not get picked? Trade back? Okay, I like that. I'm just checking where you Kyle Lewis to get picked. Okay. All right. Going against what I said, trading back. 10 spots to pick up a 5th, too, when they don't have one is actually pretty solid. I like that a lot. Brett says I'm at work till 7 a.m. Damn. Mom said he went already. Yeah, I just saw it. We're going to try for Skylar Bell. I think Skylar just went, didn't he? Yeah, he went 95. But our other favorite guy is there. If we want to go wide receiver, because like we said, first 3-ish rounds. Are we still in round 3? Recap. Let me see my picks. We're just outside. We're in round 4 now. We're in non-starter territory according to Rams lore. So Skylar Bell is gone. But if you want a wide receiver that I like, for some reason in this model they have him slated at like a 6th rounder. PFF, they have him as like a 3rd rounder. I have literally no idea where to put him there. Yeah. So on my short list, I don't know why this guy's here. I don't have him there. That or OT. If we're going to go OT, you just tell me you want left tackle or right tackle. I can pick one for you. Left tackle, Trey Zune would be a good one. Right tackle / guard, who he may have to kick inside a little bit from time to time. Jalen Farmer, pretty good. I like him. It's just because of size. 6'4", 312. He's pretty close to Warren McClendon size. They're both a little bit shorter, I would say, for tackle. unless you want to get crazy, Markel Bell, the 6'9", the center for the for the Miami Heat. And then the next pick after is 140. Farmer, I love it. Let's do it. Jalen Farmer. Booyah. And then we'll let this ride to 140. For those of you that are still sticking in here, we still got a handful of people. I like that. A little over a dozen watching us do a fan-led mock draft. We will be back Wednesday. From what I'm being told from the team doctors, Sheriff Joe Baggs will be back on the field. He will be here. So we can have our new intro. We can have our PFP beauty pageant. And if you haven't heard from Friday and today, just show us your best profile picture. Hop on YouTube, hop on Google. Give us something good because we want to do a little contest. We'll do a little giveaway as a thank you. But we want to pick who's got the best one. So here, pick 140. I'm gonna ignore this big button here. But what is this bullshit? What is this? What is this? Really? Were we just giving shit out for free? The fuck? Really? Just how's that phone call go? They just call and say, "Hey man, please." That's a where's my hug at? Ass pick. What is that? That's terrible. Minnesota. I can see in a world where that like maybe they do that, but here, it's less fun. Who I got here? If it was my pick, if I'm picking offense, the only running back after Jeremiah Love that I love in this draft for the Rams is this dude right here. Call me crazy. As long as you call me, I think Nick Singleton is going to end up being really good. For a guy who's going to go like the 4th or 5th round, dude's pretty fun to watch. Muad'Dib, he said that quick. You know what? Let's see. Who we got so far? Jamad McCoy, Josiah Trotter, Jalen Farmer. Are we just not going receiver? You don't want a receiver? Maybe Stribling would be the pick if we're going receiver. At least I think. Yeah, I don't really like these guys. I don't like Cameron. Not a Caldwell fan. I think he's small. I was not 6'5", but he's just kind of just a big dude. Eric Rivers, Eric McAllister. I think this is the one right here. I'm pulling the trigger for you guys. I love you. I'm sorry. It happened. I'm sorry. Generational wide receiver talent. And the funny thing is, the media consensus is catching up on Dejon Stribling. But you guys know who was early. Who was early on Stribling? All y'all. You guys right here. We like that guy. How crazy would it be if they do take someone like Stribling in the 5th and he ends up just being a Puka replacement? He just ends up being better than Puka. That'd be wild. And these last picks is really going to test your guys' knowledge on who you guys know at all. Do you guys have any wishes in the 6th and 7th round? Do you guys know of any names that you really are hoping for? Or are you hoping that I'm just going to pull the trigger for you guys in this the end of day 3 here? Let's see. Anybody I missed from the short list? I already have Justin Jefferson on there. Brandon Brown. Is this the... I know a lot of guys like this guy. I have not watched too much of him. It's just so hard to watch Navy. Emmett Johnson, huh? Is that the Nebraska running back? Yeah. Is he not on here? Oh, he probably got taken already. Your tackle one already? Which one? Is it the Wake Forest guy or Trost, the Missouri guy? I bet you said go Tigers. It's got to be Trost, huh? Special teams player. If you want a special teams guy, the ones that I like Justin Jefferson. If you want a linebacker for special teams. Otherwise, you're looking at maybe Xavier Nwamka and Cyrus Allen. Where's that little guy? Caden Wheatgen. World Oregon. Gotcha. Robert Henry, Texas Tech, running back. Oh, not Texas Tech. You better get it right, dog. It is Robert Henry? Yeah. Texas San Antonio. Texas San Antonio. We haven't taken anybody in this round. I was just asking if you guys had wishes for 6th and 7th round before I picked somebody out of my ADHD getting distracted. I'm gonna let you say expat. Yeah, expat says special teams. Oh, the crazy athlete say another Missouri guy. You're talking about Catalan? I think you're talking about Catalan. Yeah, Jalen Catalan, where he's like very good athlete, but just can't get it. He doesn't have a draftable grade. Taking him might get someone fired. It's just funny to think about because like a few years ago, he was like looked like he was going to be the next biggest thing. And Wheat Gen, I like that pick. I think that's fair. I think a guy who wanted to play wide receiver, be a Sean's little white guy at the slot that he's always wanted, maybe. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun. K and Wheat Gen. Congratulations, everybody. We drafted a small white guy to play special teams in the 6th round. Hell yeah. Joe, if you're still here, wish you were here. All right. 7th round, getting real low. They have talked to Caleb Douglas. Colby Young is interesting. Come on, said love it. Hell yeah. Hell yes, we do. Off my list, Wes Weeks, linebacker. Jalen Husky is that safety I really like. Diego Pounds is here. I don't think this is right. I think some of their shit is wrong, but I mean, I'll take him if he's here. Y'all want Diego Pounds? Navy running back? QBs? Let's see. Diego Pavia, baby. I hope he makes it. He's a fun dude. Luke Altmaier, he got beat up all the time. Jalen Daniels, curious if that'll work out. Joe Fagnano. I heard the broadcast say his name when I was watching Skylar Bell, and I couldn't figure it out. Haynes King, Joey Aguilar is like my biased guy, and then a bunch of just names. Future Hall of Fame Pavia. This draft feels like IKEA finished with extra screws. It's so disjointed. Fagnano. It's Italian, bro. Do we just want to get the Italian stallion to replace? Oh, wait. Didn't Jimmy G play at UConn? It's meant to be. I think that might have to be our quarterback. I'm leaving this up, by the way. That's the comment of the day. We'll save quarterback for the last pick. We have pick 252. We'll take quarterback last, and we'll take the best of the worst that's there. Somebody said this guy. Let's just fuck it. Who cares? We'll take Eli. This team is so bad. You're thinking of Aaron Hernandez. I hate you so much. So bad. All right. We got 2 back-to-back picks, 251, 252. Quarterback is going to be 252. But what are we doing right here? My short list, Kendrick Law, Xavier Nwamka, Caleb Douglas, who they do like, Colby Young, Cyrus Allen, Eric Gentry. Who else we got? Jordan Hudson. I don't know how he doesn't have a draftable grade. I'm so confused by that. Yeah. Why isn't he on my list? Scooby-Doo. Scooby Williams. He should be drafted just based on that name. I might have to go watch this shit just because of that. First person to drop a name that they really are in love with in the 7th round, we're taking that player. It's literally first name that pops up here for me. Husky. I like it. Boom. All right. Quarterback time. This is how we're ending the show. So I need everyone's input that's here. You see the list here. This is what it is. This is the quarterback list. I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys see a little better. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. All right. I can scroll if you'd like, but this is what we've got. Back against the wall, pick 252. Who was back? Fucking Chad Powers. No. Who was backing up and competing with Stetson Bennett for quarterback 2? We got Diego Pavia, the complete wild card. Luke Altmaier, Illinois. I had so much hope for him. Jelon Daniels, Kansas. Very dual threat quarterback. Beren Morton, stoned of Reggie Virgil, Caleb Douglas, aired and out. Joe Fagnano, the heir apparent, Jimmy G, Haynes King, baller. Joey Aguilar, baller. Who else we got? Miller Moss is a name I know. Thomas Castellanos, no. Kyron Drones. Anything gets real slim after that. Names that you do not know. Backup quarterbacks. All right. Who do we want? First name to get duplicate input here. So if 2 of you say Diego Pavia, we're drafting Diego Pavia. The first name on the comments that gets named twice, we're rolling with that. Italian Stallion is a transfer up. Yeah, he's also like 29 years old. So he's just as old as Jimmy G, but it doesn't matter. Jalen could be Taysom Hill or QB1. Yeah. You say we got Diego. Ooh. We got one for Diego. Luis Perez. Yeah. I thought he was 6 foot. Ay. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought Diego was 6 foot at the very least. Fun as hell to watch, though. I will say that. What about you, Muad'Dib? What about you, Brad, Kamal? What do we got? Anybody else? Anybody else that's still in here? Drop a name for quarterback. You're a GM. Yeah, I think I'm right on cue. We got one for Joe. All right, so we're between UConn. They don't even have a scatter. That's so fucked up. Brad says Altmaier. We got a 3-way tie. Who did not? Jelon. Kamal, are you saying is that your pick? Because otherwise, if that's not yours and you haven't sold, you're the tiebreaker between Diego Pavia, guy from UConn, or Luke Altmaier. What say you, Kamal? You hold the power as a member of this channel, as a big fan. USA, never mind. USA expat changes to UConn. I was about to hype you up for the pick. I'm sorry. Expat came in. It was yours too? Screw it. All right, we're here. And that's it. This draft is so bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, read it in a week. Here, we'll make it a little bit easier to read. We'll bring this over to Canva and we'll just look at it that way. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. How do you guys feel you did? Do you feel you were a good team? Do you feel good about yourselves? Or as Expat said already, Strat feels like IKEA finished with extra screws. Thank God that you didn't come on Instagram and say that about mine. Better than 23 all-starters. What are they graded us on, Joe? Oh, yeah, let me see what they graded us. They gave us an A-. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Hey. I don't care what they say about y'all. You guys are okay in my book. I love that. You guys got an A for that. A for effort. A for collaboration. These GMs right here, you guys deserve everything in the world. I'm going to send something your guys' way. That was fun. You guys stuck in there with me. Appreciate you guys. But, I mean, honestly, past, obviously, felt like a shit show after the 4th or 5th round. But if they walked away with that, I mean, if they can draft like 5 knuckleheads sitting on a YouTube chat, then I think the Rams are going to be okay. Jamal McCoy, Josiah Trotter, Jalen Farmer. I mean, Farmer is mean as hell. You see him just bodying guys in the SEC. Pretty cool. Josiah Trotter is just a mean ass, true inside linebacker. So they're not getting a star kind of rotating guy out of this draft. So we missed the mark on that one. Didn't really get like a high end edge to rotate in, but god damn, did they maybe get a linebacker for the future, which is nice for once. And then Jamal McCoy is just a DB you can build around. Dejon Stribling, I think one of my favorites, and hopefully one of your guys' favorites. Caden Wheatgen, Heidenreich. I don't like the name because the Reich in there. It just feels a little bit too German for my like. And then Jalen Husky and Joe Fignano. Jesus. Kamal says, honestly, wouldn't hate this draft to look like this. It is better than I thought we would do. I legit thought this would be a troll session and a shit show. We'll put this out on Twitter. We'll put this on Instagram. I want to get the fans. I want to see what they think about how you guys did. If I have you on social media, I'll tag you. But if I don't, if you guys follow me and for some reason I don't follow you back yet, shoot me a DM. I want to make sure I follow you guys. But hey, we did it. The first ever both horns fan ran mock draft. Congratulations. And you took German in college. I knew there was something about you we didn't like. Anyways, from myself, from Sheriff Joe Baggs, who is on IR and will be back Wednesday. No matter what, because now we postponed it twice, we will be having the PFP beauty pageant. Because that way we're going to look at each one of your guys' profiles. Me and Jill will have them ready to roll too. So if you're going to change them between now and Wednesday, let me know on social media so I don't pull up your old one, because I'm going to screenshot those tonight. And give away something for you guys. But unless you guys got any last questions, I'll stick around for a minute or two. We'll end the stream. But thanks so much, guys. You guys make it very, very easy to roll here solo. Hopefully nothing crazy happens between now and Wednesday. But you guys got any other predictions in the last few minutes? Anything crazy that's going to happen between now and draft? I know somebody said the Rams might make a trade on draft day, but I don't think they're going to make anything else crazy. Oh, and let me see. Let me show you guys this. I am proud of this. We'll end on this part right here. I'm very proud of the photo I found of Les Snead. I'm very proud of that. This was the show announcement for tonight, the live. Look at that. Hey, Kamal. If that happens because of this lad here, I mean, that probably means I think somebody's gone. I think somebody's gone and returned. I think that means Kobe, Byron, Puna. I think that means a player is also gone as well. But yeah. Imitation. Steen uses boomer, clear glasses. Nah, man. See this? Look at that. And that's not a don't talk about the neck either. That's muscle. That man is fit. You know what I'm saying? Very handsome man. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Let me get out of here. I got Les Snead staring at me on the computer screen now. For myself and Sheriff Joe Baggs, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all Wednesday.